tonight in the Steel City. The Pitt Panthers have taken 4 of them, and most recently a huge win by Jared Kessler. There's the reaction from the Panther coaching staff at 157 after the pin from the red shirt freshman Kessler. And it leads us to 165, where Holden Heller will compete in his final match in the regular season in the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse for the Pitt Panthers in taking on Nick Hamilton from the Cavaliers.
Heller had a tight win last night against Ryder, showing he can win a number of ways, right? Everybody's so used to his scrambling abilities and how he able to get in different positions, but he showed in a tight match that he can win with riding and getting the escape point and just being able to win a tight one.
Definitely. I think for Heller, it's a big thing to obviously getting the bonus points is nice, but just for yourself to know that you can maybe win those really close ones, I think that's good for confidence and having that knowledge going into postseason that you could win when it's ugly.
Especially once you have some guys who are unranked, and we've seen it a number of times that maybe the guys don't wrestle them per se, right? They stay in the middle of the mat. They're not necessarily backing up, but they're not doing anything on offense, waiting for guys like Heller to hit their offense, keeping their distance, keeping it close, and then late in the match turn on their offense, score, and pull an upset. And so Heller showed last night, obviously, he can win that kind of match, which I thought was great.
Definitely.
Hamilton, a sophomore for Virginia. He's 9-6 this season.
Kind of a clash of body types here. Hamilton, real strong. Heller, long and lanky.
If you're pitting the coaching staff here tonight, how much do you think they consider the fact at this point in the duel, they have a few different guys who hadn't won their most recent ACC match, but then they end here at home against Virginia. Thinking guys like Jared Kessler, Finn Solomon lost his previous match against Virginia Tech last week, and Colton Camacho, of course, wins by forfeit. But a few of those guys, you start to get them with really good momentum at the right time in the season.
100%. You can't not be happy if you're on that Pitt staff. Like you said, a lot of guys getting big wins, most recently Kessler getting that big pin, and just kind of providing that evidence that these guys are getting ready for that postseason, and they're peaking at the right time.
If you're Steve Garland on the other side, you're probably just hoping everybody stays healthy.
Yeah.
In this match.
At this point,
especially after the year he's had.
Yeah.
He said it's been the most difficult and challenging one in his time in coaching, and just the amount of injuries and different scenarios, different things happening. Right before a match, getting on the bus, something happening, and it's like, it's just so hard to predict.
Even Hamilton got his elbow taped up, maybe battling injury. I guess that's late February, early March. NCAA wrestling for you guys are kind of taped together and just kind of thrown out there.
Told you Camacho won by forfeit to start the night. Marlon Yarbrough has been really hot, just about as much as anyone in the 133 weight for Virginia. But then the Panthers won the last 3. Matthews getting career win number 100. Finn Solomon, the major. Jared Kessler, the pin. So back-to-back-to-back bonus point victories for the Panthers in the last 3 weights.
Yeah, the bonus points were huge. You look at ACCs as a whole, and a lot has been made of 141 pounds because of the studs that are there. But I'm really excited for 133, too, because Yarbrough looked great.
Yeah,
and
really good.
He and Santaniello battling it out, and you have, obviously, guys like Orini and Latona. That's going to be a fun weight to watch, too.
Really fun. Really fun. I know that weight this year feels like it's been not only in the NCAA, but ACC has just been real great wrestling. Really excited for that.
Yeah, Yarbrough's emergence this year has been really fun to watch. His past 2 seasons at Virginia, he had a record of just 10-14, but this year Yarbrough has really come alive, and Coach Garland mentioned the fact that he got a win over Sam Latona, nearly beat Kai Orini from NC State earlier this season, and is a guy with a lot of potential here late in the year as we see Holden Heller being tended to here as we get set to begin the second period.
Getting the headband.
I'll make for an interesting photo when they say final match at the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse for Holden Heller.
Not ideal, right?
A year from now, they'll be saying, what happened? Still scoreless in this match at 165. Heller coming off another low-scoring one last night. Panthers hosted Ryder, and he won a 2-0 decision over Jake Silverstein of the Bronx. And now Heller does get the point to open the scoring in the second period.
It's a good job of riding there from Hamilton. A couple of nice mat returns before Heller is able to get free.
Yeah, Hamilton was really looking like he was trying to ride hard there. I think even though it was only 16 seconds, that pays off eventually. You know, getting those hard mat returns can really pay dividends down the line here.
Hamilton was hit with that stalling call in the first period.
It has looked like he's picked up the pace a little bit here.
A little bit more in your face and aggressive on the tie.
Double unders here from Hamilton. Like I said, really strong, really wearing on that head of Heller.
Holden Heller, of course, the transfer from Hofstra, came over with his brother Reese prior to last season.
Good shot by Heller here.
Good job, too, poking his head back outside. Hamilton forced it in with that crossface, but Heller was able to get it back out to get that position.
Beautiful takedown.
So first takedown of this match comes late in the second period from Heller. He builds a 4-0 lead as time ticks away here in the second.
Important to ride here for the balance, and looks like he will.
Yeah, you were saying popping the head out to the side there.
A lot of guys would have stayed in there with that head, but he was able. He knew it. I got to get that head outside. How important was that?
The longer Heller can create a scramble, the longer he could prolong a position, it favors him, right? So sometimes keeping your head under there like that you're kind of eating the hips of Hamilton, and it's not always ideal. So to get that head out, kind of create some action, and he was able to convert there pretty good. Like you were saying, Jason, Hofstra transfer. Heller's been really big for this Pitt program. I was only a teammate with him for a couple years, but I could see very quickly that him and his brother were really special, and they're going to be very dangerous in this postseason.
Holden talked about the differences in being in the ACC. He said it's a smaller conference than he was previously familiar with, and now everybody knows everybody in this league and kind of what they do. And did you experience that, Nino?
A little bit, yeah. You wrestle these guys pretty often, obviously twice a year, Doles, ACCs, and then, you know, you're not surprised if you see them up at Nationals too. So year after year, it could be a little annoying. You want some new faces in there.
And you said yourself you keep in touch with J.I.L.O. still from Virginia, yes?
Yes, very much. We got a little workout this morning, and he's one of those guys too. Wrestled a bunch of times, but you know, as tough as it is wrestling those guys over and over, it's nice to kind of get that stiff competition pretty often.
Second stall call on Hamilton, so Heller will get that point unless the ride time is secured.
So Heller looks to be on his way to giving the Panthers their 5th win.
As we were talking about earlier, trying to smell a little blood in the water.
Yep.
Heller trying to get this takedown. You got to love that as a Pitt staff. Senior guys kind of go for those majors at the end of the match when it's very uncomfortable doing that, letting a guy go and you got the match put away, but.
Well, the Pitt Panthers are grateful that Holden Heller transferred to the University of Pittsburgh and now finishes his career on senior night in triumphant fashion.